Have you ever been at the gym and saw a kettlebell and thought to yourself, that's cool, but what am I supposed to do with that? Well, today I'm going to show you 7 exercises that you can tie together for a killer workout and build some muscle along the way. I'm Cody Carter and you're watching One Dude's Opinion. Now we're going to start with what's called a Turkish Get Up, so I'm going to demonstrate that for you. So what you're going to want to do is grab a bell that's manageable. You may have to play around with it a little bit to figure out what's manageable for you. Everybody's different. So you're going to take this bell, you're going to hold it like so. You're going to want to lay down on your back, and whatever hand you've got the bell in, you're going to put your leg on the same side up. So I've got the bell on my right hand, right leg up. You're going to want to hold this, and you're going to want to hold it up the entire time. And it really helps if you break this down into a 4-step movement. So you can go 1, engage your core, use your hand to post on the floor. Hip, 2, drag your foot through, 3, stand up is 4. Then you want to go back down the same way. Go down to a knee, plant your hand, put your foot through, go down. Notice how this bell stays up the entire time. So again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we go back down. Now I'm going to get a different bell for the next movement. The next movement is going to be a kettlebell swing. Now, one mistake that I see a lot of people make is they make this a shoulder movement or an arm movement. This is not a shoulder movement. Your arms and shoulders are just along for the ride. This is a hamstring and glute movement. So what you're going to want to do is take this bell like so. Use the hips and the glutes to power through on this movement. All right? Now, all of these movements are going to have between 6 and 8 reps because the goal of this is not strictly cardiovascular, trying to build some strength while getting your heart rate up to a manageable level. And then between each exercise, you're going to want to take 30 to 45 seconds in between each one. 4 sets. So 4 sets, 7 exercises, 6 to 8 repetitions of each exercise with a 30-45 second break in between, and then you can take a couple minutes in between each set. So now what we're going to do is the kettlebell high pull. So with the kettlebell high pull, you're going to take the bell like so. Right now it's sitting at my center. What you're going to want to do is drop yourself down, okay? Drop yourself down, go get it. Leg, 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 glute, up. So your legs and your glutes are going to engage. You're going to want to keep your back, keep a good posture. You don't want to round. This is not what you want to do, okay? Watch my posture. Here. And that bell stays nice and close to the body. The farther the arm gets away from the body, the weaker the shoulder gets, and that's where you start to see injuries. So next what we're going to do is the 2-arm squat clean. Now I'm going to show you this with 2 arms because ideally that's what you want to be able to work up to, show you 2 arms. I'm also going to show you a variation of 1 arm. So if you only have 1 bell or the coordination is not quite there yet for 2, you'll still be able to perform this movement. It's still very effective in a 1-arm movement. So we've got 2 bells of equal size and weight. Move that one out of the way so I don't hurt myself. All right, so they're gonna go between the legs, gonna clean, and then catch it in the squat. That is ideally the movement that you want. Up. Now I'm going to show you a 1-arm variation of that. So again, if you only have the 1, you take the bell like so. All right. Other hand out for balance because you are going to feel a little off balance. Just like that. Simple. Simple, not easy. This is totally not easy. All right, now what we're gonna do is the dead snatch, because there's two different ways to do this. You can snatch. What I mean by snatch is the bell comes up, 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 boom, here. Now you can do that from a swing snatch or a dead hang snatch, where the bell, like it is currently, is on the floor. So one thing that's very important to point out is when this bell comes up, just like the high pull, okay? It comes up, 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 and then punch the sky. Former coach of mine, best way he could have ever described it to me is when it comes up, you're gonna let it go up, 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 and then instead of jerking it with the shoulder, which is gonna cause injury, you punch. And when you punch, that bell's naturally gonna flip over and the momentum is just gonna ride and you'll lock out just fine. Again, manageable weight. I would highly recommend starting small, working your way up. All right, so go down like so, back vertical, all right, and then punch. Punch. All right, switch sides. Punch. Punch. All right, so just like that. Again, not an easy movement, but one that's very manageable and one that's really gonna put some emphasis on your mobility and your athleticism. All right, sorry, last two is gonna be shoulder press. So just like we did with the squat clean, it's gonna come up here, okay? And then hand out for balance, little twist and press. Press, okay? We're gonna switch sides. Use the clean to get it up, clean, okay? Press. Press, all right? And the last movement, simply gonna be a one arm overhead carry. Do one arm because it helps you engage your core, your stabilizers, and we're just gonna walk 40 feet up, 40 feet back. I don't know that I'm gonna have the space in this room, but what you'll do is you'll do 6 to 8 lengths in total. So down is 1, back is 2. So I'm just gonna come here, I'm gonna clean. Keep that elbow nice and tight to the body when you do that. Sometimes I hear people say that their forearms hurt after doing these, and it's because they're catching it like this. They're catching it and going out here. My body doesn't even want to do that because it knows it's wrong. But that's what happens, is it hits their forearm. But if you keep it nice and tight, it'll sit right in this crook in your arm. So, boom, never even touches my forearm like that. All right, so up, all right, hand out for balance, and then you just walk. Simple as that. You just walk. You'll go 40 steps, and then you'll switch, press, arm out for balance. You just bring it 40 steps back. Again, to reiterate, you will do 4 sets of that, those 7 movements, 6 to 8 repetitions of each movement, 30 to 45 seconds of rest in between each exercise, and roughly 2 minutes of rest in between each set. So, really appreciate you guys spending a little time with me. If you like the content today, please leave me a like, engage with me, leave some comments. If you have any questions about form or technique, or if any of these movements you're a little nervous about and you want to substitute it with another movement, feel free to comment below, let me know. I'd be happy to offer some tips and some alternatives. And again, if you like this content, hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification so whenever I produce new content, you're the first to know. All right, guys, I'm Cody Carter, and thank you for checking out One Dude's Opinion.